It customarily snows on the mountains when the season is approaching the Chinese New Year. There really remains nothing to do but sitting in front of the fire, sipping a glass of wine, while the vineyards are all covered in snow. Last year has been the worst year of all the years I've had on this mountain. A humid summer, too much rain in autumn, grasshoppers swarmed the vines repetitively during the harvest season. Something very peculiar that's never happened in the farming history on this mountain, or at least not in the memory of the oldest farmer. Last year's winemaking suffered from low sugar content. The grape berries were visibly too much watery at harvest. Consequently, I have been hesitant to uncover the wine buried underground. Farmers here believe that whatever debt occurred during the year must be cleared within the year, never to go beyond the Chinese New Year. I suppose I must face the music. The color is not right. Too purple. The smell is still rich of flavors. Not good. Although the flavors are still vaguely there, the alcohol percentage is evidently low. Hence, the wine body is volatile. This is not remotely as good as the year 2022. That I must announce that the year 2023 has decidedly been a failure. Generally speaking, to have a result as such after a year's hard work isn't a consequence the average winemaker could accept, nor is it for a winery of mass production to afford. However, I'd rather look at it on the bright side. We have an extremely small production. Whatever kind of new situation could be counted as experience. Failures could be lessons we must learn, and a few bottles of failure could still be collected for record's sake. This is a bottle of tremendous triumph from one of our best years. It sleeps here and gets better by the year. The wine inside has a stable color and the taste turns mild and mature in time. Although oxygen barely gets in, the wine is still alive. There is a slow motion of malolactic fermentation goes on for months. As we can see, there is a layer of marshmallow-like sediment starting to form at the bottom. That's evidence of life. In contrast, this bottle of a catastrophic year will never work any miracle. For a bottle of wine to stay stable and optimistic, the fundamental factor is to have a relatively high alcohol percentage, which stabilizes the wine body. Otherwise, each life inside the bottle becomes frivolous. In time, the wine loses color and flavor. And finally, in a few years, turns into a kind of sour liquid of insipid colors. High percentage of alcohol alone doesn't make great wine. If it does, the sinister act of adding sugar into winemaking would have been justified. But relatively higher percentage of alcohol does provide a more stable environment for the wine to age better. Therefore, to improve the grape's sugar content has been my main focus these 2 years. When the snow stops and the weather warms up slightly, I start my winter day's work on the vines. The vines here are a variety of genetically low sugar content. They are robust in many flavors, having a few distinctive rare qualities all vintners would pursue after. But the bricks isn't its forte. It often takes an unusually dry year for them to reach the same level of bricks of a Cabernet Sauvignon in an average year. The sugar content of the grape depends mainly on the variety of the vine. Additionally, how much sunlight it's exposed to and how efficiently the nutrients are transferred into the grape cluster are also important variables too. After reading publications on this particular varietal, I decided it is the trellis system that I could work on to do some improvement. The previous umbrella system was vigorous and hard to manage. Only the top leaves were fully exposed to sunlight. I have been unhappy with it for years. There is a grape farmer in American South named Jerry Watson who invented a way to train his vines for better sun exposure. And I found it extremely efficient, so that I decided I should train my vines just like his. The efficiency of the Watson system is in late spring, when the fruiting branches are long and heavy enough so that they would fall by gravity onto the wires on both sides, ensuring sunlight exposure to the entire fruiting areas, minimalizing human intervention during the fruiting season. But of course, there is a price to pay. Production per acre would be significantly reduced comparing to my previous umbrella system. That means my already small production winery is to further decimate itself to an even smaller scale. Winter on the mountain is wet and cold. Every sunny or foggy day is to be made good use of. The final part of the winter work, ploughing, must be done before the outdoor temperature drops down below zero. Once it goes sub-zero, even a robust fire like this wouldn't kill the mountain chill. The entire household will need to cease the year's work and find ways to stay warm, waiting for the breakout of another year's spring light.